Hey everybody, welcome back. Another Sunday, and it's been 2 whole weeks since I've done a chill and chat, but figured the Sunday before getting to the Strongsville show, Independence, whatever you guys want to call it, figured we'd get one more in. And I'm really looking forward to it. I enjoy the driving aspect to it. I'm gonna have B Roth, Card Soup, Brian, as many of you know. He'll be with me driving to Ohio on Thursday morning, and we have stops along the way. I'm gonna go back to May's Drive-In, which was an excellent like a drive-in spot. Burgers, hot dogs, fries, really milkshakes, classic stuff. And we're also going to stop by this card shop called Schaefer's, which is just outside of Bucknell University. And I love that shop. And when I walked in, it was I think it was last year. I left Wednesday, but when I stopped at that shop, it was just it had so much cool stuff in there. I know Brian will get a kick out of it, so I figured he's got to check it out. And I think we're going to anticipate getting to Independence probably, I don't know, 7 o'clock at night, perhaps, maybe earlier if we're lucky. But again, I love road trips. I really, obviously driving to the show is a lot more fun than driving back. But I enjoy the company. I enjoy the drive. It's and then once you're there, it's going to be a lot of fun. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to seeing everybody. Um, I'm anticipating and curious to see how this whole thing plays out with the two big shows. Um, but I think the events with Christopher Missouri on the Friday and then the Four Collectors on Saturday at the trade night, I think is just going to pull everything all together really nicely. From the sounds of it, from what a lot of people have said, that this Independence is known for having like a ton of food options and very, very convenient. So that's going to be really helpful. Um, I'm going to be releasing a video tomorrow. I was watching Jake's video from um, Wax Packed Wisdom. Sorry, it took me a second. From Wax Packed Wisdom, he did a video talking about his plans and such, and was reluctant to. And under, I'm not criticizing him or anything, but he was a little reluctant on talking about what he was looking for. He gave some insight on it, but my plan was to release a video kind of highlighting the pieces that I want to find. But after watching that video, I kind of started second guessing because, there is obviously there's competition out there of people who want certain cards. And, if you mention a card, maybe there's another super fan out there that didn't think of that card and may want it. But, and while I respect and understand Jake's perspective and completely understand it, because he's going to, and he's going to do his thing, I think I'm still going to put the video out because the way I see it is that um, the YouTube space, our kind of little circle that we have here, we are each other's best resource. And I find that really to be incredibly true. A lot of us buy cards from each other, which is always a great thing. And at the very least, if I'm looking for a particular card or particular collectible and I haven't found it, maybe one of you guys can put me in the right direction. And that's happened before too. I think that's incredibly resourceful. So I'm going to go ahead and proceed with putting my video out tomorrow, just talking about plans and showcasing some cards. I'm kind of taking a combination approach between like Orlando loves going in kind of open eyes and seeing what's out there without really planning ahead. And then there's others that are just like very focused and driven on finding that one or two cards that they really, really want. And so I'm kind of in between. I have cards in mind that I want, but I'm also curious to see if there's any sort of mysteries that lie out there um, in display cases. Obviously, there go to so many shows per year outside of the National and Strongsville. The Philly show, the Shriners, and so forth. That there are dealers that I don't generally see besides outside the National and Strongsville. So dealers like Greg Halbig and Tim Payne and JD Heckathorn. Um, I see Ed Hans, but at Shriners, so that sort of counts, but doesn't because I see him more than twice a year. But the thing is that I look forward to seeing some of these dealers because these are display cases I haven't seen in over practically a year, and so a lot of changes and a lot of updates can happen. And it's kind of it is helpful with guys like Mike Moynihan who go to shows in Texas, and he gets to see Craig Halpig a lot more because they're local to each other. JD Heckathorn, I think, is based in Ohio, I believe, or somewhere in that area. So, but he doesn't really. I don't think JD goes too far outside. He'll go, I think, to like the Shipshewana show, I believe. He'll do shows in that area, but it's one of those things where I only see these guys twice a year, so it's going to be fun to see them, to see what they have in their display cases. I'm also going to be doing a video. I think I'll publish it on Wednesday, or this. I do this with a lot of the big shows, and so I did a video. I'm going to be doing a video of 5 dealers to check out. I do it for Philly. I do it for a lot of the bigger shows, and really my goal for this one that I did was to highlight dealers I haven't really highlighted before. And not it's not to take anything away from any of the other dealers because, like obviously we all know Bill Chappell, we know Stan, we know Howard, we know Ash. The list goes on, but there's a lot of smaller dealers that set up at the show as well that I think should be highlighted because there are some really some cool stuff that comes from some of the smaller tables, and I felt as though it was important to highlight that. And so I'll be publishing a video on Wednesday that highlights 5 dealers from past years that have incredible inventories. There's going to be some newer dealers. I don't think Henry Reynolds has set up at Strongsville before, so it's going to be cool that he's setting up. He's set up at the National this past year, and I've purchased from him before on Facebook groups, and he's a big pre-war guy, and that kind of fits what his whole thing. And obviously, I included Phil Gary in my 5 dealers, but unfortunately, the footage I shot of his table somehow got corrupt, and so I don't have the footage. But I will be talking a little bit about his inventory as well. Phil Gary is a guy that is very knowledgeable when it comes to the international cards. So we're talking like the Cuban cards, Venezuelan cards, and even Dominican cards in this case, because I purchased one from him. A wealth of knowledge, Negro League cards as well. He has a good understanding, and if he doesn't know the answer, he has resources that he goes to. I know he's a favorite of Orlando's. Orlando really, really enjoys Phil Gary, does a lot of collaborations with him. Yeah, just there's a I feel like as the day gets closer, there'll be a lot of excitement and a lot of that's really it. Just a lot of excitement. Let me get to the chat and we'll do a roll call as I typically do. Andy, good evening, sir. Good to see you. Jacob Dahl, hello, sir. Good to have you here. No sleep till Strongsville. Ruben's got it right. But I have 3 days of work, so I have to get through those 3 days first. So I will need plenty of sleep for that. But after that, all hands on deck. Mr. Bay, good to have you, sir. Good evening. Keith from Lonely Basement. I missed you on Saturday. I have some stuff from you, actually. One of the guys who go to the show came by with a bunch of stuff for you, and I told him I'd take it for you so that when I see you, I'll hand it off to you. It's a good amount of stuff, so get ready. Your basement's going to get a lot larger. Let's see. Orlando is here. Good evening, sir. Jim is here. Good evening. Sports Guru, what's going on? Good evening. Sven is here. Good evening, Sven. Dave, Peacemaker Cards. I have that Johnny Bench record ready for you. That's another thing I'm doing is I'm preparing everybody's purchases, pre-purchases that they made off of my inventory. So that's another thing I'm making sure that I have that down packed because I don't want to forget anybody's stuff. So yeah, it's gonna be fun. It's I'm looking forward to seeing everybody. Mr. Wilhelm, good evening, sir. My vacation was very good. It was action packed, and it was a little tough because I was getting over being sick at the same time. But now I'm fully recovered, ready to go. So couldn't have recovered at a better time. I didn't want to be sick as I'm going to Strongsville. So, Stephen, good evening, sir. Thank you so much for jumping on. Bruce, good evening, sir. Rob is here. Rob Cash Cards. Good evening, sir. Craig is here. Pastor Craig, good evening. Happy Easter. I'm gonna try. Will there be a live cardboard and cold ones? I'm anticipating doing one. I'd imagine that that Thursday will be Brian and I checking into the hotel, and then we'll probably get settled in and then make our way over to to the embassy. And I imagine there's going to be people in the lobby just hanging out. So we'll see. That's yeah. I think we'll make it happen one way or another. Hobby hero himself. Thank you, Jake. Yes, I am here. See you this week. Absolutely. Look forward to it. Chris, Missouri. Good evening, sir. Good evening. What's up, friendos? Mookie, the Strongsville countdown is on. So excited. Yes. Good evening, gentlemen. Doug from Joe Wood Collector. Looking forward to seeing everyone. This Strongsville, well, you're going to talk a lot about that tonight, I believe, at 9 p.m., Dan. So that is all you, man. You're going to talk a lot. I don't know what it is. I think you're going to highlight that at 9. And Orlando, we're going back to, no real want list for me. Orlando likes to go in with a clean slate. I have 3 things on my list for Strongsville: adventure, excitement, thrills galore, and hopefully some cards too. Let's be real. Let's put a number 4 on there with some cards. I enjoy going through the stacks in certain dealer cases. There are some real gems in those stacks. Yeah, for sure. I'm not sure what you're referring to. Are you referring to the are you just referring in general of going to shows? JD is from Indiana. My mistake. He is from Indiana. I think he does shows in Columbus, Ohio, though, if I'm not mistaken. He hosts a show. I want to say it's him that does that. Strongsville, here we come. Yeah, man. Couldn't come any closer. Let's see. Dan, what's up? Sammy and everyone looking forward to Strongsville 26. Dan, I sent you a text message about that guy's binder. He had a lot of Paul Wayner stuff I thought you would like. I don't know if you got a chance to see it. Brian Deck is a dealer. Yeah, Brian Deck's another dealer. I've highlighted him before in the Philly show, and I recommend him as well. It should be. He always has unique stuff as well. So I'm already on my way, taking the long way through Michigan. You're amazing. My 3 things for Strongsville: friends, cards, hanging out with Mookie. Very specific. Very specific. Let's see. Looking forward to meeting you, Orlando. Yeah, man. And Orlando saying he did a video with Phil Gary on Friday. And I just got a text message from Warren D in the CLE. Okay, no worries, Warren. He bought a Rocky Colavito Tops sticker or a tattoo, one of those top tattoos. So thank you for reminding me, Warren. If you're in the chat, thank you. Okay, let's see. I can't see. Sven is saying, can't wait to meet people on Friday. What day are you all arriving? Thursday evening for me. Jim's looks like the afternoon. Thursday afternoon for Ruben as well. Evening, Edgar. Thank you for joining, man. Thursday for Steven with the PH. I got a lot of stuff for Steven, so I got to make sure I pack that away nicely. Driving in from Boston on Thursday. Seems like everyone's doing the same thing. Hello, Sammy Check. Hope you're having a chipper night, Adam. Jim Swenson's is amazing for a burger. That's the place where Scott, I think, strongly recommends. So yeah, Swenson's a great place. Yeah, I feel that, Dan. I definitely feel that. JD hosts one of my favorite shows in Columbus. Yeah, I don't know how often he does it. I don't know if he does it once a month or a couple times a year. So Orlando's arriving Thursday evening. 50-50, I'll be able to make it. Chasing a Jackie rookie card first. Museo Red Heart second. Aaron Johnston rookie card third. I hope you're able to make it, Adam. I remember our first time meeting was at the National, I believe. We were sitting at the bar. What was that restaurant's name? I'm trying to remember the restaurant. It was God, it's the comedian. I think it was owned by Bill Murray. It was owned by Bill Murray. It was named Caddyshack's or something like that. I can't remember. Every other month, yes. So JD's thing is every other month. So, all right, got through the chat so far, and I'll definitely kind of fill back in. Trying to see what else there is. Oh, I was curious. The thumbnail. I chose the thumbnail. The player on the player on the thumbnail was very specific because it looked like he had a celebratory look on his face. Does be curious to know if anybody can point out who that player is on my thumbnail, and I will show you a card of said player after somebody gets it, if somebody gets it. Great story of this player too. Just I thought the look on his face was kind of in a very cheerful way. Ruben says he looks like Jason, everyday card collector. a little bit. But it was a cool shot of this player, and I mentioned a story about this player as well, with my great grandfather being meeting this player at some point as well. So anyway, I'll just wait till more people chime in if they want to. But I figured I'd share some of the new pickups I'm going to have at Strongsville with me. I'm gonna have, for my trade night stuff, for all my trade night stuff, I'm gonna have this really nice looking Dave Winfield rookie card. I couldn't believe how sharp this thing was, but yeah, it was really, really good looking. It's Goose Gossage rookie, but there's a little wrinkle that I didn't see originally. It happens from time to time, but good centering on this Goose Gossage. Here is a nice looking 65 McCovey as well. So this is another one. Really nice looking Nolan Ryan 73. A nice looking 1980 Ricky Henderson. Always try to find cards that have really good centering to it. That doesn't have to be perfect condition, but good centering is kind of what I aim for. I always aim to try to find good centering because when I set up at shows, as with a small table, 2 display cases, and just with not a whole lot of cards, but when I do try to present cards, when I try to buy inventory, my goal is to really try to find good representatives of good centering, good presentation, decent color. Corners don't have to be absolutely perfect, but just as good as they can be. Like, I thought this Drysdale looked really good. Left to right, top to bottom, so not great, but I would say it's, for the condition, I think somebody could appreciate this Don Drysdale and add it to their set or to their Dodgers collection or what have you. Here's a second McCovey as well. So there's 2 McCoveys in this little lot that I picked up yesterday at the Fishkill show. So nice little stack. I think the Winfield kind of takes the cake, honestly. I was just astonished with the condition of that card. Some graded cards as well. I sold a number of graded cards at my show yesterday. Oh man, yeah. Good. What's up, Mike? Good seeing you yesterday. Thank you again. So let's take a quick pause on that. I'm going to kind of give a shouting endorsement to Mike Bokar here, because Mike, if you guys didn't see the footage yesterday, I published. I put up a video on the Fishkill show. You guys know I do the Fishkill show, or I go to the Fishkill show and I set up the Fishkill show. I've been doing both for probably the past, I don't know, 2-ish years, maybe more than that. Now, I think there's a lot to be said about small local shows, especially those that have been hosting shows for years and years and years. And Mike Bokar's Fishkill show is one of the best. And I'm not saying that because he's thanking me here or anything like that. I truly mean that. It's really it's incredible how a show that he puts together brings about such a strong presence of collectors of all types. And Mike does a phenomenal job at balancing the scale of vintage, modern, and even TCG. Like I saw that Mike Mike was set up with his own display case, but next to him he had a guy who was selling TCG of Pokemon, and there was a mixture of more Pokemon, but I would say predominantly it's mostly sports. But Mike, I think there's just a keen sense of making sure a good awareness of balancing a good local show, and I really encourage those that are in the New York area, the Hudson Valley region, really go check it out, because it really the show is very, very good. You'll find something, I guarantee, as a collector, you'll find something you like. And again, just want to make mention of that. Thank you again for having me, Mike. Mookie was there as well, so Mookie can attest to this. Mike does a killer job at Fishkill. I had a great time, got great stuff. Yes, for sure. Going back to the Drysdale, that is the last card. That is his last card. I was talking about that. Now, I was actually surprised that at the Fishkill show, the dealer set up next to me, to my left, was a collector that I've been watching on YouTube prior to starting my channel and after just starting my channel. Is a guy named Dave from T&D Sports Cards, and he has built up a channel over the years, but he stopped making videos for quite some time. And he's known for vintage as well, but known for having an extensive wax pack collection of cards dating back, I don't know, to the 60s, 70s. Basketball. He's a big basketball aficionado, but also dabbles in baseball as well. And he's opened up some really sick packs. And I haven't seen him in quite some time, so it was great to set up next to him. Actually, the card that I purchased from him that I'm bringing to Strongsville with me is this 1978 Nolan Ryan in a PSA 7. I thought this card looked phenomenal, just absolutely phenomenal. And just it's a great card. Centering on it is just magnificent, and it's obviously a great pose of Nolan Ryan as well. So I thought that when he had this in his display case, he was telling me that there were some offers being made, and so I told him, I was like, listen, I'm interested in it. You let me know what you need for it, and we'll go from there. He made his offer, and I took it. So great looking card. These I actually got from Mike Bokar from his display case. Towards the end of the show, I was getting ready to leave, and Mike has a lot of good stuff. So again, just shouting out Mike. He's got good stuff there. But I got this 58 Pee Wee Reese. Again, everything for me is finding cards that have really good centering to it. So, and good presentation overall. And a SGC 5 and a Pee Wee Reese with this kind of centering, I thought it just looked fantastic. And another 58 was the Duke Snyder. Again, similar to the Pee Wee Reese. Just this one got a higher grade, but just the look on the card is just magnificent. And I know this card is pretty popular in the 54 set. Ed and John O'Brien. I think it's kind of cool that they're both in this. And again, just a really nice looking card. Good, good centering and good color to it. So those are some of the pieces that are going to be bringing with me. I got something for Jason. I found this lurking around. I figured Jason would appreciate this as a Cardinals guy. Nice, fun decal. I want to say this is from, I don't know, this sometime in the 70s, might be mid 70s. I'm not sure, but it's a cool little piece. And I figured Mike Petty would appreciate this. A Dodgers decal. I'm not sure, or sticker. I'm not sure when it's from, but it's probably sometime in the 70s. Being a Dodgers guy that he is. So, Carl is here. Everyone, 2 days until liftoff to Independence. So looking forward to catching up with old friends and meeting new ones. Yes, with same back to you, Carl. Safe travels. I know it's going to be a long trip, so safe journeys to you, my friend. The Twins, yeah. Thank you, Mr. Bay. So, man, let's see what else we got going on. Yeah, I don't know. I guess that's really what I wanted to report on. I don't want to have to finish too early. I'm trying to think, is there anything else really to discuss? Oh, nobody guessed the player on the thumbnail. So, except Ruben remembered part of it. Let's see if I can go back to that chat. Part of that chat. This is the alcoholic player that your grandpa met. Yes, very, very briefly, but yes. And so I will show you the player who's on the thumbnail. That is Bugs Raymond. And Bugs Raymond was a pitcher that McGraw was really keen on having, and knew going in to this trade that Bugs Raymond had an issue with alcohol. But McGraw thought he would be able to have a handle on him. But because Raymond was just so out of control, McGraw kind of gave him an ultimatum. He said, "Listen, you can either choose booze, or you can support this team and curb your habit." And sadly, Raymond decided to go with decided to leave baseball altogether, and sadly did not live a long enough life to be celebrated. But at least he's on the T206. Great shot of him here. Sweet cat back. And he was a talented pitcher at times during his career. I want to say, I'm going to look this up, but I want to say he actually came from the Cardinals. Let me look this up. Bugs Raymond. Okay. Let's see. He was on the Tigers when he came into the league, played for the Cardinals for 1 or 2 seasons, and then found his way on the Giants, but very short career. So it says here McGraw picked him up in the Roger Bresnahan trade before the 1909 season, and Bugs won 18 games for him that year. So he was sober for a period of time. McGraw tried everything, including finding him so there wouldn't be any money left for drinks, and hiring a detective to trail Bugs, but nothing worked. In addition, Raymond had a subpar performance on the mound in 1910, going 4-11. So he was released midway through the Giants' 1911 pennant-winning season. I guess that was sort of around the time that McGraw gave him the ultimatum. 1912, after a stint with the Cincinnati Pippins of the short-lived United States League, Raymond got into a number of fights in Chicago and ended up badly beaten. He died of a fractured skull a few weeks later at age 30. It kind of, really kind of just shows the seriousness of the time of the addictions that existed. It's quite unfortunate, and it's such a shame. His overall statistics: he was 45-57 with a 2.49 ERA, 401 strikeouts. Yeah, man. What could have been? I mean, he looked like he was just lights out going, as he went into baseball, as he got into baseball. He was developed his spitball in 1906, which was a big pitch to throw in that day. Big season 1907, went 35-11 for the South Atlantic Leagues, Charleston Seagulls, pitched a no-hitter. Cardinals purchased him in the September in 1908. He was the best pitcher in the team. During the 1908 season, he gave up fewer hits per game than Christy Mathewson and threw 5 shutouts, but he was also on the mound 11 times when the Cardinals failed to score. So anyway, I'm figured kind of share some insight on our buddy Mr. Bugs Raymond, and he is featured on a couple of other cards as well. His story might inspire me to get another card of his. Let me see what other cards he has. And I usually use let me see. I use TCD Trading Card Database. It's a good way to get an idea of what cards exist. So I'll share this. Let's share this screen together so we can take a look. Right. Here we go. Yeah, so I mean, obviously the T206. He's in the Ramley set as well, and the Colgan's Chips. He's got a Colgan's Chips. Sporting News, Sporting Life, Jones, Kaiser, and is it Arras cabinets? He's got a Silk. He's in the T205. Turkey Red. So he's in quite a bit. He is in quite a bit of stuff. That's pretty cool. Great looking Turkey Red of his. I figure that's a great looking shot of him. Great card. Great shot. Anyway, there you have it. Bugs Raymond. Let me get back to the chat because I know there's some comments that were made. Sammy, please film more memorabilia from the show. Cards are great, but I'd like to see more oddball and advertising and anything old. Appreciate that, Kevin. Actually, in my video that's coming up for the five dealers to check out, one of those dealers is a dealer by the name of Scott Litke. I think is if I pronounce his name right. Scott, I've seen at the National. I've seen at Strongsville in past years. I've filmed this table every time. He has exactly what you're looking for. So I will be sure to check him out. And I'll be for sure recording his table as well. But I'll keep that in mind. More collectibles, more memorabilia. Cards are great, as you mentioned, but more, want to diverse it up a little bit and share some more stuff. Bugs was considered one of the best pitchers of his time. Serious stuff. Yeah. Spitball. Okay. Early players went through a lot. Industrial workers, miners, turning to die destitute in New York City. Yeah, it's crazy, man. There's just lack of regulation, lack of safety, disease rampant. It was a lot, man. There's a lot. It's crazy. Adam's car, yeah, sad ending for sure. What's up, Jason? Good evening, sir. That Turkey Red is pretty awesome. It's a pretty awesome card. I might consider putting that one on my list as well. I just think that looks damn near cool. Okay, Craig, my comment about going through stocks cards and dealers. Some of the dealers at Strongsville have. Oh, okay, that makes sense now. Strongsville have big cards and stacks, not displayed alone. Yeah, that's true. It's a good point. You'll find a lot of like $50 to $100 cards, if not more, sometimes more even, in boxes. So not everything is what I would call a quote unquote value box, and I agree with you, Craig, on that. Any dealers that are easier to deal with when it comes to sticker price? Every dealer, operates differently. So, I mean, I'm not going to say one is easier than the other. So it's kind of a tough question to answer. I think every dealer kind of prices their cards differently. Certain cards will have more value to it in the sense that there might not be more room to move on certain cards. I think that's true. Just depends on who it is and what card it is. Warren, I got your text. Thank you for reminding me. I mentioned it earlier because I heard my notification went off. Drew, coming in Thursday with my little chauffeur. I can't wait. Look forward. By little chauffeur, are you talking about Jake? Because I think that's probably what you mean. Oh man. So 35 minute, 36 minutes in now. And so you guys know that tonight we have Alex Bowman 53, Card Room Live at 8 p.m. I believe at 9 p.m. Dan is running the Four Collectors tonight, with, again, talking about Strongsville, kind of leading more into it with a panel. So that should be pretty awesome as well. Okay. I think that's about it. That's about all I really have. It's kind of tough to do this as a one-man show, but I try to do it. That's why Cardboard and Cold Ones is always paired up. So and we usually have a guest. And then this we'll do our second annual live Cardboard and Cold Ones at Strongsville. So that was a lot of fun last year. We just had people walking up into the into view. So yeah, man, looking forward to it. I don't really have anything else to say. So if anybody in the chat has any questions or anything they want to mention, by all means, happy to share. Happy to to kind of dive in a different topic over the next 10 minutes if they want to dive into something else. Otherwise, I'm fresh out of conversation. Fresh out of things to talk about. So I'll leave it to the chat. Yes. I wish I had one of those, let's see, media assets. Let's see, what do they have? Background music, acoustic cinema. We'll just wait. It's me and the ducks. That one doesn't fit the vibe. Right. All right, Mr. Bay. Are there a lot of value boxes, or is it more of a big card show? Oh, definitely value boxes. It's a combination of big cards and less big cards and less expensive cards as well. So you get a little bit of everything. It's like, to me, it's like any other show. It's just dedicated to vintage primarily. Well, with the exception of the modern show on the other side. So there's that. Yeah, you know what? I tip my cap to you, Alex. You are the master at these one-man shows. You do a good job at doing so. Your recent Dykeman collecting is a wealth of storytelling. I appreciate that. It's been a lot of fun. It's been a challenge as well. It remains a challenge, but I hope to continue on making that work. So based on when I was talking to Brian B. Roth about it, I was thinking somewhere I would be arriving 7 or 8 p.m. at the latest, but I will try my best to get there earlier. The plan is that I will go to the Holiday Inn to check in, get myself settled in, and then we'll go over to the Embassy Suites, and I can meet you there, and we can set up my laptop, and hopefully there's Wi-Fi or strong enough Wi-Fi in the lobby. Can't imagine why there wouldn't be. So, let's see. There's everything for everyone who collects vintage. Yeah, I think everybody walks away with at least something. Here's a fun challenge for everyone from me since I can't be there. Who can pull the best vintage card from a dollar box? So it's funny. It's been done before. There was a thing. What was it? It was Eric from Four Leaf. Eric gave like a select group of people like $5, and the goal was to go around and I think it was Eric from Four Leaf gave everyone $5 to buy as many or few cards as possible to add to his PC, and I thought that was a fun thing. I don't know, I can't remember what I found, but there was like somebody came away with some real like an awesome card for $5, and it was just like a $50 or $60 card that was in a poor condition, but I mean, to get something for $5 for that was 50 or $60 is pretty spectacular. All right. It promotes another one-man live show for sure. All right. All right, guys. I think I'm kind of, checked out now. So again, look out tomorrow. I'm gonna do my I'll do my video of sharing the some of the cards I'm aiming for, or collectibles I'm aiming for, as well as plans. But most importantly, on Tuesday or Wednesday, probably Wednesday because it's so close, I will release my 5 dealers to check out video for Strongsville. So I think that should be a lot of fun. And Thursday, again, driving with B Roth in the morning, and I will be seeing you guys that Thursday. So look out for those videos that are coming up. I look forward to seeing everybody Thursday evening. Again, stick around for Card Room Live in about less than 20 minutes over at on Alex's channel, Bowman 53, and then check out for collectors 9 p.m. I think they're going to have a Strongsville panel that will have more to discuss on the topic. So look forward to seeing everybody. Get there safely, and see you guys soon. Take care, everybody. Have a good night.